And action, roll 'em.
Terry Jones, Terryjones. Okay. I was in a meeting the other day and I was talking with Matt Ballard and a few other people, and the question came up, if you had anything to advise younger men, what would you say? And I said, you know, there's 3 lessons I've learned in life, 3 primary lessons that I wish I had discovered at a younger age. First thing would be, who am I? In other words, who is this person that that's living life here out on their own now, and how do you discover who I am? There's a big time in your life when you're young that you just have that whole issue of trying to figure out who you are. The second thing was, what do I do? I mean, what's life about in the sense of my vocation, my work? What am I supposed to be doing with my life? And the third thing was just a realization that I can't do it alone. So who am I? What am I supposed to do? And just this realization that I need other people around me in order to help me. You know, those are 3 big questions in life, and I can't speak to them all today, but there is one in particular that I'd like to talk to, and I think everybody needs to have an understanding of this, and I think they struggle with it. I know I did. In fact, I struggled a long time with it. You see, this idea of vocation and calling, or what am I supposed to be doing with my life, was a real struggle. But I realized in retrospect that I was really asking the wrong question. I kept focusing on this idea of what job should I do. And in hindsight, I realized that the real question wasn't what job should I do, or what company should I work for, but what should I be doing while I'm working? In other words, what do I do naturally? For me, that was a late discovery, and I wish I'd learned it earlier, because it would have changed how I approach work, how I approach understanding what I'm supposed to be doing. I had taken a test called Right Path, Right Pathing Your Future, Right Path 4, Right Path 6. And in this test, one of the things that they give you is your profile, and that profile then begins to describe what you do while you're at work. And as I was reading through this profile, I began to discover, wow, that's exactly who I am. That's exactly what I do. But then what I discovered also is it's not just what I do while I'm at work, it's what I do everywhere I am. Let me give you an example. My profile is an analyzer, and what that means is that I tend to look at life and see where there is disorder and dysfunction, and what I do is I move towards that and I try to bring order to it. Once I see it has some order, then there becomes clarity to what needs to happen, and then I build structures or processes to move through it so that it seems to work better. So in that context, I realized that what do I do at work? I bring order, I bring clarity, and I bring structure. Now, the discovery I had is that it didn't matter what job I had, as long as the job description contained bringing order, clarity, and structure to it. Let me use an example. The question might be kind of boiled down like this. Should I be an architect or should I be a builder? 2 different job descriptions, 2 different things to do. And I can do both, but one of them is a primary, one of them is a secondary. I'm a better architect than I am a builder, but I love to build. And what does that mean? It means that I bring order to it, I see it, and then I begin to say, okay, that's what it is, and that's the way it should look. And I'd rather do that than actually go out there and do the hammering and the nailing. So for me, when I'm at work, or what I do naturally is to bring that kind of order, clarity, and structure, design, and then I hand it off and I say, okay, here's the blueprint, somebody else needs to execute on this. If I had learned that earlier in life, then I would have realized that I'm designed in a fashion that really gets my juices flowing and thinking along these particular lines. And then if I began to try to do something else instead of that, then I find out that it's just a labor. This energizes this just depletes me. So what would I do in advising somebody to figure out what their calling is? I'd say this. First, realize that you're designed to function a particular way. You have a personality, you have gifts, you have talents, you have skills. And so don't ask the question, what job would I like to have? Ask the question, when I'm working, when I'm just being myself, what do I naturally do? And figure out what jobs really that would facilitate. So that would be one of the things that I'd say in discovering a calling, is that you've got a design. That design is imprinted in you. And if you discover what you do naturally, and then you apply that to a job, then I think you'll find that your understanding of calling really comes into full, sharp focus. Got any questions?
Nope. Okay,
Is that all you want
I
to
do
say?
want to talk to y'all.